Good afternoon to you all. Last lecture, we had started with the methods of measuring the elasticity of demand. In that, we had seen the expenditure method and percentage method of measuring the elasticity. In this lecture, we are going to study about the point method of measuring the elasticity of demand. अभी पॉइंट मेथड में हम लोग इलास्टिसिटी कैसे कैलकुलेट करते हैं? इन केस ऑफ पॉइंट मेथड we measure the elasticity of demand by selecting any one point on the demand curve. After selecting the point on the demand curve, we will calculate the distance of that point on the demand curve from x-axis and y-axis. In a case of a linear demand curve, we will extend the demand curve to touch both the axes. And that point on the demand curve divides the demand curve into the two segments. That is upper segment and lower segment. Now, to calculate the elasticity of demand, we will use the formula, that is lower segment of the demand curve divided by upper segment. And on the basis of a coefficient of elasticity, the elasticity of demand is classified into the 5 different categories. That is relatively elastic demand, relatively inelastic demand, perfectly elastic demand, perfectly inelastic demand, and unitary elastic demand. So if the demand curve is a linear line, then you will extend that demand curve in such a way that it will touch with both the axes. Now here the demand curve will touch the y-axis at point A and it touch the x-axis at point B. Now let us select any one point on the demand curve. Let us see that point P on the demand curve. अभी हम लोग point P select करते हैं. Now this point P divides the demand curve into the two segments. That is lower segment and upper segment. Now what is the lower segment over here? अब यहाँ पे lower segment क्या है? This P point gives us the lower segment, that is a PB. Okay, so PB is the lower segment of the demand curve. And what is the upper segment of the demand curve? That is AP, or we can say PA is the upper segment of the demand curve. Now we can say that this point P on the demand curve divides the demand curve into the two equal segments. तो अभी ये जो point P है डिमांड कर्व को दो इक्वल सेगमेंट में डिवाइड करें. We can say that PB is equal to the PA. यहाँ पे PB और PA both are equal, दोनों इक्वल हैं. Suppose PB is say 2 अभी PB suppose 2 है and PA is also 2. So what will be the coefficient of elasticity? The coefficient of elasticity of a demand in this case will be equal to 1. So here we get the coefficient of elasticity equal to 1. When the coefficient of elasticity is equal to 1, that means what? Demand is unitary elastic demand. अभी इसका मतलब क्या हो रहा है कि डिमांड कैसे है? Unitary elastic. Now, let us say that. Select one more point. Now, point P2 is on the demand curve. Now, here, point P2 is closer to the y-axis. अभी point P2 y-axis के close है. Now, this point P2 gives us the two segment over here. That is a P2B. Lower segment यहाँ पे क्या मिला हमको? That is a P2B. So we'll write P2B into the formula. P2B and divided by upper segment. Now what is the upper segment over here? That is a P2A. Upper segment is P2A. We can see that P2B is greater than P2A. Let us say that P2B is equal to 8 and P2A is say 2. So what will be the elasticity of demand then? So elasticity of demand कितना आएगा यहाँ पे? In this case, the elasticity of demand will be 8 divided by 4. 2 will be equal to 4. Coefficient of elasticity कितना आ गया? 4. So elasticity of demand is equal to 4. That means what? Elasticity of demand is greater than 1 or less than 1. In this case, 4 means what? Elasticity of demand is greater than 1. So as we move towards the y-axis, तो इसका मतलब क्या हो गया कि जैसे जैसे हम लोग मूव करते हैं y-axis के towards, if the point on the demand curve move towards the y-axis, if it is closer to y-axis, then the elasticity of demand, it will increase. If the point on the demand curve, if it is closer to x-axis, if the point on the demand curve, if it is closer to x-axis, then the elasticity will decrease. Let us say that point P2 on the demand curve. At point P1, now at point P1, we will get the lower segment equal to P1B and upper segment over here is equal to P1A. Upper segment कितना आ गया? P1A. Now here we can see that P1B is lesser than P1A. Let us take the example that P1B is equal to 2 and P1A is equal to 8. What will be the elasticity of demand in this case? 2 divided by 8. 1, 2 ones are 2, 2 fours are 8. The elasticity will be 1/4. 1/4 means what? The elasticity of demand is equal to 0.25. 1/4 means 0.25. Now here in this case 0.25 means more than 1 or less than 1. Here in this case 0.25 is less than 1. So here we get the elasticity that is less than 1. So as we move closer to the x-axis, if we are closer to the x-axis, then elasticity will decrease. If the point on the demand curve is on the x-axis, then elasticity will be equal to 0. तो अगर डिमांड कर्व का पॉइंट अगर एक्स एक्सिस के ऊपर रहेगा तो इलास्टिसिटी कितनी रहेगी? 0. ओके, so therefore in this way we can calculate the elasticity of demand in case of point method. This is the case for the straight line. Here the demand curve is a straight line. Now if the demand curve is curvature instead of straight line, if it has a curvature than the straight line, then how to calculate the elasticity of demand? स्ट्रेट लाइन में डिमांड कर्व लाइन था, स्ट्रेट था, तो उसको हमने एक्सटेंड किया और हमको 2 सेगमेंट मिले, दैट इज अपर सेगमेंट एंड लोअर सेगमेंट. बट हियर it is a curve. Then how to calculate the elasticity? Again, in this case, what we will do? We will select a point, any point on the demand curve. So here we had selected point E on the demand curve. Next step, we will draw the tangent which will pass through this point E. यहाँ पे हमने क्या किया है, उसको E point से पास होने वाली एक tangent draw की यहाँ पे. So we had drawn the tangent in such a way that it will touch the y-axis at point A. तो अब ये जो tangent है y-axis को A point पे touch कर रही है and x-axis को point B पे touch कर रही है. Now again we got the 2 segments. Segment above the point E, that's the AE, and segment below the point E, that's the BE. Again here we can see that we got 2 segments, upper segment and lower segment. How to calculate the elasticity of demand? Again we will use the same formula. That is the lower segment of the demand curve divided by upper segment. Now what is the lower segment over here? Lower segment is BE. And what is the upper segment over here? Upper segment is AE. Now we can see that this point E, अभी ये जो point E है, it divides the demand curve into the 2 equal segments. तो अब ये जो point E है, demand curve को equal segment में divide कर. Lower segment BE and upper segment AE. Here we can see that AE is equal to BE. If both are, say A is 4 and B is also 4. If 4 divided by 4, it will be equal to 1. So what will be the elasticity of demand here? It will be equal to 1. So that means what? We have to follow the same procedure. Only thing, in case of non-linear demand curve, we have to select the point on the demand curve, and after selecting the point on the demand curve, we will draw the tangent which will pass through that point, and we will use the formula, that is upper segment divided by lower segment. Again we will get the 5 different types of price elasticity of demand. Now we'll see that there are number of factors which affect the elasticity of demand. तो अभी elasticity of demand different factors के ऊपर depend. First one, that is the nature of commodity. इलास्टिसिटी किसके ऊपर डिपेंड है? नेचर ऑफ कमोडिटी, यानी कि वो गुड्स किस तरह का है। किस तरह का मीन्स व्हाट? वेदर दैट गुड्स इज ड्यूरेबल गुड्स और पैरिशेबल गुड्स। अभी वो कमोडिटी ड्यूरेबल है या पैरिशेबल है? द इलास्टिसिटी is also depends upon the durability. If the commodity is durable in nature, अगर वो commodity durable है, और suppose in a case of durable goods, that goods can be used again and again. ड्यूरेबल गुड्स के मामले में हम लोग वो कमोडिटी बार बार यूज कर सकते हैं. So therefore, the postponement of a demand for such a goods is possible. तो उनकी डिमांड हम लोग पोस्टपोन कर सकते हैं. Since the postponement of demand is possible of such a commodity, the demand for such a goods will be elastic. But in case of perishable commodity, लेकिन अगर वो गुड्स पेरिशेबल रहेंगे तो that postponement of demand is not possible. We are demanding only that much commodity which is required. So therefore, in case of perishable commodity, the demand will be perfectly inelastic. So in this way, that elasticity depends upon the nature of a commodity. So elasticity of demand is also depends upon the nature of commodity. Further, it is depends whether that goods is necessities or luxurious goods. In case of necessities goods के मामले में we cannot postpone that consumption. तो necessity goods के मामले में हम लोग consumption postpone नहीं कर सकते. Let us take the example of medicines. जैसे medicines. So whenever we are not well in that situation, अभी हम लोग unwell feel कर रहे हैं, तो वो situation में we have to purchase the medicine. Now in this case, even if the prices of medicine increases, in that case also we have to purchase the medicine. Now we can see that in the pandemic situation. So in the case of a pandemic situation, the medical charges has increased. Medical charges क्या आ गए? Increase हो गए. But we cannot avoid the medical treatment when we are not well. So we have to purchase the medicine even though the prices of medicine increases, because postponement of medicines cannot be possible. So in case of necessities, the demand will be perfectly inelastic. But If the goods are luxurious goods, अगर goods कैसे हैं? Luxurious है. हाँ ना, luxurious goods के मामले में the postponement of the demand is possible. जैसे if you want to purchase the furniture, if you want to purchase the furniture, designer furniture, but if you are not having enough money, you can postpone your demand and you can purchase it later. Therefore, in the case of luxurious goods, since the postponement of the demand is possible, demand is relatively elastic. The another factor which affect the elasticity of demand is the availability of the substitute. If more number of substitutes are available, then demand will be perfectly inelastic, relatively elastic. अगर बहुत सारे substitute available है, more substitute are available, demand will be elastic or relatively elastic. Suppose if you want to purchase the soft drink, अगर आपको soft drink चाहिए, there are a number of substitute are available for the soft drink in the market. In that case, the demand will be elastic. There are number of soft drinks like Pepsi, Mirinda, Coca-Cola. If the Pepsi of Mirinda increases, then you can go for some better option because there are number of soft drinks are available in the market. So the demand will be relatively elastic. But if there is no substitute at all, in that case, you have no option but to purchase that same commodity even at a higher price. Let us take the example of salt. Since there is no substitute is available for the salt, if the price of salt increases, then you have to purchase the same quantity of salt what is required by you. You cannot postpone your consumption. So therefore, the demand will be perfectly inelastic. Further, the elasticity also depends upon number of uses. If the commodity is multi-purpose commodity, अगर कोई commodity multi-purpose commodity है, in case of multi-purpose goods, the demand will be highly elastic, more elastic. But if the commodity is having a specific purpose, then demand will be relatively inelastic. We can take the example of electricity. Now, electricity can be used for cooking, ironing, washing, then music system, watching movies. So it can be used for every purpose. For fan, AC. But when the price of electricity increases, we will reduce the unnecessary consumption of electricity. And therefore, the demand for electricity decreases. Therefore, any commodity having more number of uses, if it is a multi-purpose goods, then demand for such a commodity will be relatively elastic. Further, it is depends upon the habits of the consumer. If the consumer is habitual of consuming that particular commodity, in that case, the demand will be inelastic. We can take the example of alcohol. If the person is addicted of consuming the alcohol, drunkard, in the case of a drunkard, whether the price of alcohol increase or decrease, since he is the habitual, he will be ready to pay, he will be ready to purchase that alcohol even at a higher price. You might have seen the situation during the lockdown. Further, the elasticity of demand is also depends upon durability. If the goods are durable, then the demand for such a commodity is relatively elastic. Now, in a case of durable goods, since the goods can be used again and again for the long purpose, and it can be stored for the future consumption. Therefore, demand for such goods is relatively elastic. We can take the example of furniture. Now you are already having the furniture in your flat room, but you want new designer furniture. And if the prices of furniture increases in the market, then what you will do, you will keep on using the same furniture and you can postpone the demand for the furniture. So therefore, in a case of durable goods, the demand for such a goods is relatively elastic. But if it is a perishable commodity cannot be stored for the longer period. Since it can be stored for the longer period, we are purchasing only that much quantity which is required by us. तो जितनी रिक्वायरमेंट है उतनी हम लोग क्वांटिटी परचेस करते हैं. क्यों? Because we cannot store that commodity. We cannot postpone their consumption of such a commodity. Like a milk, vegetables, we are purchasing only that much commodity as per our daily requirement. Why? Because we cannot store it for the longer period. Therefore, the demand for such a perishable commodity is inelastic. तो perishable goods की demand कैसे है? Inelastic. Further, elasticity depends upon the availability of the complementary goods. Now, what is the complementary goods? When the two goods are demanded jointly, which can be used in conjunction. So, in case of complementary goods, we have to purchase both the commodity at a time to satisfy the same want. Whether their price increase or decrease. Now, suppose if the price of a mobile phone, mobile handset decreases, and if you purchase the mobile handset, but the price of a SIM increases, if the price of SIM card rises, you are having the mobile phone, then you will be ready to purchase the SIM even at a higher price. Without a SIM, you cannot use a mobile phone. So therefore, in case of complementary goods, the demand for complementary goods is inelastic. Further, the elasticity also depends upon the level of income of the consumer. Elasticity किसके ऊपर depend है? Income of the consumer. Generally, higher income group, rich people, they are not get affected with the change in the price. Whether the price increase or decrease, they will be ready to purchase the same commodity. They are ready to purchase the commodity even at a higher price. since they are ready to pay even a higher price for the same commodity, the demand of a rich income group people is relatively inelastic, or it is inelastic. But in a case of poor people, now the poor people, they are getting affected with the change in the prices. If the price rises, then they will reduce the consumption. So therefore, in a case of poor people, the demand for lower income category people, the demand will be relatively elastic. But the rich people, the demand will be relatively inelastic. Further, elasticity of demand is also depends upon urgency of a need. If you need any commodity urgently, in that case, you will be ready to purchase that commodity even at a higher price. The demand will not get affected with the prices. You can take the example of medicines. Now you can see the current situation in this pandemic. The prices of medicines has doctor fees has increased, but still we have to purchase the medicines to survive. So therefore, we cannot postpone the consumption in a case of urgency of a need. We are ready to pay even a higher price. So therefore, the goods which are needed urgently in an emergency situation, the demand for such a goods is inelastic. But the goods which are less urgent, and we can postpone the consumption of such goods. In that case, the demand for such goods is relatively elastic. We can take the example of luxurious goods like furniture, car. The postponement of the demand is possible. Therefore, the demand for such goods is elastic. Further, it is depends upon the time period. Now, how the elasticity is depends upon the time period. Longer the time period, greater will be the elasticity of demand. Longer time period means what? Long time period means 4, 5 years, more than 5 years. During this time span, there is a possibility that the habits, taste, preferences of the consumer will change. Technology will change. So therefore, in a longer time span, the demand for the commodity will become elastic. We can say that the mobile phone, take the example of mobile phone, it get updated every year or after few years. The telecom companies, they introduce the new version, new changes that affect the demand for these goods. So therefore, in a longer period, the demand for the goods is relatively elastic. But in a shorter time period, there are no such a possibility, and therefore the demand for these commodities remain relatively inelastic. So there is no possibility in a short period that the consumer's preference may change. So in a longer period, demand is elastic, but in a short period, demand is inelastic. So these are the factors which determines the elasticity of demand. Now, if you are having any doubts, you can ask. किसी को कुछ doubts है? Just raise your hand. I will unmute you. If there are any doubt, just raise your hand if there is any doubt. So we'll stop over here.